hope you're doing well. I just wanted to give you a quick report of where we're at. The first thing I really want to draw your attention to is, again, the header photo. This doesn't fit. The graphics here just aren't working, and I'm not quite sure who's doing your graphics, but it just doesn't work if you look at it. So I really want you to think about this, and then I also want you to think about your post reach, because I'm going to dive into this a little bit when we go into Beir Garten. A lot of things I did for Beir Garten I did through October. I did not do the same thing through September for Mad Dogs ending on the 6th. I did do a couple things, and we're still getting great reach on the things I did. So if you look at what I did, for example, on October 2nd, okay, we're getting 80 people reached. When you go in here, it's 709 people reached, which is great. Video is fantastic, and it's what needs to be promoted, so I get it. This was boosted, and I think that's good, but with that said, boosting posts versus taking out an ad for Facebook likes is a very different ballgame. And what I want to see is more results with this. Boosting posts is not going to do it. It has to be a very strategically planned campaign for getting Facebook likes. Boosting posts is actually the worst possible thing you can do. It might get reach, but it doesn't get engagement. So yes, you're getting some likes here, but you only got one share. And if you see the only share you got was from one of your owners, that's not really what we want to get. And it's not what we need to see. Now the pictures here, yes, much better. This is exactly what we need to see, and it's exactly what we need to be doing. Again, here, the reach is good, the likes are good. So as you can see, there's just a different strategy to it. Now, with that being said, it needs to be a little bit more targeted so that you're getting better results. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. So let's go from there. This is where I'm going to start. These types of photos are not getting the reach and engagement that you want. 88 people reached is great, but there's 0 engagement here. There's 1 like. Why is that? Posting at the wrong time. And I'm going to show you what you need to do to fix that, okay? I really want to see you guys just knock this out of the park, so let me show you the difference on what you need to be looking at. Okay, let's talk numbers. So page views, 258, great, up by 17%. Page likes, 15, okay. Reach, great, 3,196, up by 66%. Post engagement is down. And again, the reason post engagement is down is because we're not posting at the right time, and we're not posting to the right demographic. Videos, yes, and I talked to y'all about this when we sat down originally, that videos were going to be huge, and that was going to be the game changer for you, and it still is. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about this. Boosted post, $3.41 out of $15. This is not where we need to be. We need to be at least twice this. This is more where we need to be, but it shouldn't need to cost $30. It should cost about $10. And then boosted post here, this is the whole problem. Boosted posts are not where we need to go. Boosted posts, if you look at any national spokesperson, any person who's looking at this nationally, will never boost a post. They will boost a page, they will boost a site, but they will never boost a post, because boosted posts do not get the same results. They never will. It's not so much just getting the post engagement, it's getting the likes. So you can get engagement all day long with a post, but if you don't get the likes to your Facebook page, you are not capturing the customer base that you need to. And that is one thing I really have an issue with Jay when he's taking out these boosted posts. And I mean, I think he wants to grow the business, and I respect that, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But he's not doing it the right way. And let me show you why. Here's the why. When you look at page views based on what we have posted, we have been consistent throughout the entire race. However, since Jay began boosting posts, all of this is going down. It's all floating downward. Since we as Valkeryie have not been posting on Mad Dogs on a regular basis, all of this is floating down. You are starting to get a small upward tick. That is a seasonal thing. Again, your top sources have gone down since our last post. That is a big problem. Again, I'm going to show you why this is a problem. Yes, here's your $30 ad spend, right? Organic $7.95, paid $5,627, okay? But you're not getting a lot of result here unless you're getting massive receipt sales. I think there's a better way to get you better receipt sales. As a matter of fact, I know there is. If you look at the consistency of what's been done organically, okay, there is a consistency there that you really don't have in another way. Your top age group is between 25 and 34. The hours of the day that your top age group is online is between 8 and 9 p.m. on Saturdays. Now, when we do an ad, we can promote it to 180,000 people within 1 mile of your business. That is not being done with boosted posts. This is why I have an issue with boosted posts. They don't reach the maximum potential that they could. And this is just numbers. Numbers don't lie. And I just want to go over the numbers with you. So if your top age group is here, your busiest time for them to be online is here. Your day of the week is here. And this is your promotion. The reason I held off on doing your report is because this is a brand new analytic that Facebook is giving us. This has not been released within the past week. I knew it was coming. I wanted to make sure that I gave you the best numbers possible. These are the best numbers possible. Tells us who we need to market to, when, what day, and how many people we can reach on that day. So if you're getting 600 or 700 people, that is a small fraction of what you could be doing when we're leveraging the right posts at the right time of the day. Okay? You reach 1.1% of the people on Facebook on the 5th. 1.1%. If you look here, these numbers could be a lot better, and I would like them to be a lot better. This is what we're seeing. So if we're seeing that people are online here and here, the event posts that we've done have been very successful. It's been what people have done, and I actually want to show you some messages to validate that. It really does dictate to us who needs to be contacted at what time, what posts need to go out at what time. Event posts don't necessarily reflect the timing basis that other posts do. And the problem is, when I have somebody else posting on a page and I don't know what they're going to post or when they're going to post it, I can't strategically come up with a campaign that's going to work. I can't work within a realm where I have somebody else posting or doing other things that's kind of messing with the flow of what I'm doing, because it really does distort my demographics. It distorts my analytics a lot. However, with that being said, there's not been as much distortion on this page as there has on the other. So I can give you some very clear, concise analytics on this page. So with this, I have 8, 9, 10, really 7, 8, 9 being your kind of sweet spot as far as timing goes. And then people nearby, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54. When you're looking at the people who are getting your boosted post and you're looking at only, 600, 700 people, it's because nobody's targeting down these right demographics for the right reasons. Yes, we can promote an event, and that's fine. I have no issue with that. I think that's a good idea. But I think it needs to be done a lot more strategically. What's being done, from what I'm seeing on my end, just breaking down the analytics and breaking down the numbers is kind of a, willy-nilly, we're just going to post as things happen. And that's not how marketing works. And I know you guys know that. I don't need to tell you that. But if we look again at gender, we're looking again at a gap. And the gap is closing, because you used to be, if you remember, when I first did this, you were about 19% male, 52% female. Now, here's the interesting thing I want you to see about that. Since the demographic change and since the more consistent posting, you are getting more messages, right? And what I did was I specifically made sure that people could contact you guys directly when they wanted to do some type of direct messaging, so that you're not having to rely on Facebook, because I know you guys don't have a lot of time to get on and off Facebook, okay? So here you go. You have somebody contacting you about a bartending position. They received a message immediately showing them where to go and who to talk to. You have another gentleman here who wants to talk to you about karaoke. And then you have another guy here who wants to hook up with a waitress. You have a young lady here who wanted to talk to you about mission trips. That's not necessarily your demographic. This was actually one of the convention contacts that I had reached out to. And then, another tribute band. As you can see, since we took over, you're getting a lot more inbound messages than what you're getting. Some of them are good, some of them are not. I wanted to put you guys in charge of deciding which was good and which was not. I don't have a problem deciphering which is good and which is not, and which one you want me to respond to or which one you don't. I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to look at what's going on with your business, because it's your business, and that is incredibly important. But one thing I do want to draw your attention to is when I took over the account and I began messaging people from conventions, I was getting a lot more high quality messages. Since things have gone a little bit of a different route, there's a little bit of a quality issue with messaging. Perhaps something you've already dealt with on email. I imagine it is. But I don't want to bring more of this into the fray. I would like to bring more of what you are seeking out into the fray. And I'm not sure that you guys are receiving these types of messages or you're getting these types of messages, and I would like to make sure that you are. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we have already put things in place that when it is a legitimate message, we are putting out something for these guys to get in contact with you directly. Another thing I would like to really draw your attention to is that with all of the events that we have posted, your demographics with females are still a lot stronger between all age groups than they are with males. So I think that's really where we need to be hitting the demographic, because you've got a much stronger demographic with women, especially when you're looking here between your sweet spot of 25 and 34. You've got 375 men to 555 women. That's a huge difference. And I really don't see any type of downtick with that. So I think that's really where the effort needs to be focused. The other thing I would really like to draw your attention to is your competition. And the reason for that is because even though you have an uptick in just simple reaction comments and shares between week and week, there's a big difference here between what they're doing and what's going on with the way that marketing is being done here. Let me show you this. National Taco Day. Now their demographic is primarily men, but if you look at this, and I really want you to look at this. So you've got 1.6 thousand likes on this photo for National Taco Day, 962, 21 shares. We've got 5 comments on this. On food, things like this, on specials, you've got more, you've got shares, you've got comments. But you also have a lot of football with Sunday Ticket, things like that, things that are being liked here. So it's things that they're getting engagement on organically. These are not boosted posts. And this is, again, something else I have to absolutely stress. Not a single one of these are boosted posts, because they don't boost posts. They boost page likes. There's a way to market and advertise. There's a way to not market and advertise. You guys are doing great with engagement, and even engagement this week, but it could be way up there. So even if you look at, Lion and the Rose, for example, Sunday brunch, they're getting a ton of things just for NFL Sunday Ticket and posting specials, not boosting posts at all, which is something I think is very viable here. But they're posting a lot of football, presidential debate, things like that. These are things that are hitting with your competitors. So I think it is something that definitely needs to be looked at on our end, in as much as getting people in the door and doing that, if you want to go that route. It's just a matter of how do you want to approach this moving forward. I just want to make you aware of what is being done elsewhere. Now, moving on to Beer Garden. There's a few things I want to draw your attention to here as well. Logo looks fantastic. Again, we're having issues with how well this fits in with the new requirements for the timeline photo. It doesn't fit quite right. It doesn't look quite right. It's a little pixelated. It needs to be done a lot better. What's interesting is people responded really well to when I posted the upcoming events. Now, this was boosted, but did it really get you results? We'll go into that in a second. This was not boosted, but it did well because it's video. Again, video did well. That is something we talked about a lot. Beer Garden Riverwalk. This is something that we did. We made sure that the correct hashtags were used. It's there. It's been done. Video, again, huge. So, I think y'all will agree that video is fantastic. What I am seeing, however, is not necessarily the results that I would like to see. Now, I realize we had a little bit of an issue with posting because of our issues on our end. And it really, for whatever reason, only affected Beer Garden. It didn't affect Mad Dogs. It didn't affect anybody else. It really only affected Beer Garden, and it's not anything that we would intentionally do because it's not how we work. And I think you know that because we've worked with Beer Garden. Now, with that being said, you're seeing here that we can get 180,000 people reached if we do a promotion correctly. Here's why I have an issue with boosted posts. 180,000 people versus 995. That's not really where we want to be, which is again why I don't like boosting posts, because it is not effective. We've made sure we posted the upcoming events. Nobody else has posted the upcoming events things. You have a lot of people who are responding to those event pages that we created and that we promoted, and that I personally made sure were being promoted on the page. So it's something that I think is important. Now, another thing I wanted to draw your attention to, and I'm still not entirely sure who did this because it wasn't me, but when you click on this, it says event ended. Now, I had no problem fixing it, but when I emailed about it, I didn't get a response, and it might have been our issue on our end with emails. I understand that, which is why I would propose moving forward using text as a venue to communicate, because it seems like email is not as effective as I would like it to be. And then with that going forward, I think definitely the reviews are good. The contact is good, which is definitely a big plus. Notifications, sure, those are doing well. I have no issue with those. I think that those are doing extremely well. One thing I do want to say is, even though we did have multiple photos going out at the same time, there was really only 2 negative things about it. What I'm seeing and what I'm going to show you had nothing to do with what we were posting, but actually had to do a lot more with a few other issues. So let me talk about those for a second. Okay, so what I want to talk about here is the overall page summary. Actions on page. This is people clicking through to your website or different things. For example, the sign up button. That's a big issue that I would like to address and fix as soon as possible, because that should have never happened. And it's not anything we did on our end, and I'm not sure who went in and edited what we had done already, but whoever did it, that's not conducive to how we want to work. So I didn't really know what you guys wanted to do with that. I was hoping for some communication on that. And again, if you guys sent an email and we didn't get it because of the issues on our end with our server, I do apologize. And again, moving forward, I think text is probably the best way to go. Page views, yes, are up because of the boosted posts. However, page likes are down, and I'm going to show you why. Reach is down, and I'm going to show you why. Post engagement is up, and I think that is, yes, greatly due to the boosted posts, but boosted posts only get you a short-term reward. They don't get you a long-term reward. I would like to see both the short and long-term, which is why, again, I would like to back down off of boosted posts and take a different strategy, which I will outline. Videos are down. And the reason I want to bring this to your attention is these are all videos and boosted posts that y'all put up, but it's down by 58%. So the reason that this is down by 58% is because it's all the same type of video. It's all the same type of thing. It's not exactly what people are looking for. So I would like to expand upon that a little bit and change it up just a little. This is something else I would like to bring to your attention. So since we weren't really posting, and the last issue with our repeated posts happened more towards the first, things have dropped off since we disabled those. And those have been disabled and deleted for many, many days now. But it's continued to drop because we're not using the correct strategy. And that is something I did want to bring to your attention, because the strategy is not working the way that it should, because boosted posts, again, only give you short-term reward, not long-term reward. So we have people who clicked on the action button, okay? These are people who clicked on the action button that the action button goes to an Eventbrite event that expired. There were people clicking on it, and then there was a lull because there was nobody. And this is something that is very, very important that I really want you to see. Nobody was going to your page at all during the time that, even, yes, you boosted posts, you boosted video, but nobody's going to the page. They're only looking at that one thing. Whereas when you have more consistency, when you have posts that are consistent, like what we have been doing, you get more consistent results. It flatlined literally the opening weekend of your event because you boosted posts instead of boosted likes for the page. This is why when I talk about having a marketing strategy, an internet marketing strategy, numbers do not lie, people do. Boosted posts are horrible for your long-term business. Absolutely horrible. I applaud you if you got short-term results, and I think you did. But I would like to go in it for the long game and not focus just on short-term results. Again, flatline. All of this is flatline. And the majority of what you got after that was really based on what we had already done. Again, flat line. This is not what I want to see, people clicking on the website. If we can get, just based on consistency, numbers up here and then it flatlines off, I really don't, and I hope you can see what I'm saying when boosted posts are not beneficial in the long term. Short term, absolutely. Long term, not at all. And again, when we say long term, you have upcoming events, okay? But I also want you to see past events. Things that we posted on 8/8 got 4.2 thousand on reach. That is 5 times more than what you're getting on a boosted post. Literally 5 times more, because we know how to target and we know what to do and how to do it. Your responses were good. Yes, here you've got, 5 people reached and 1,000 responses. This is a last minute town and we understand that. But again, you're not laying the groundwork for long-term growth. As you can see, this is small, very, very, very small, as opposed to going long-term. This is not executed well. If you see here, this is what is executing, this is what is not. So when I'm working with somebody who's posting things and I'm being asked to post things, having somebody say, okay, well, don't post anything this weekend. Well, I've already got things set up and planned for things that are executing well on reach and responses, very well as far as consistency is concerned, and then the consistency is dropped off. I need to know, if Jay wants to post, that's great. I have no issue with that at all. But if I don't know what he's posting and when, I can't give you good professional advice on building consistency and doing what you need to do. And when all of these things are things that, I have done for you guys and published on these dates that show the reach, response, and consistency that needs to happen, I personally can't work well with that. So it is completely up to you on how you want to do this moving forward. I will send you what my recommendations are. But I'm telling you right now, there is a huge discrepancy between what I have done and what is being done now, in as much as the effectiveness as where you're getting with it. And this is just straight up numbers. So I hope that this has been enlightening for you guys. I will send you over what I think needs to be done and what you choose to do moving forward. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Email obviously is a little bit of an issue, so please either text me or call me, and we will go from there. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and if you need anything else, please let me know.